Happy holidays. If you're like me, you're trying to pack a whole lot into a short period of time. There is so much to do, things to see, shopping to do. My favorite though is entertaining my friends. I thought this time it would be fun to show you a couple of my tips and tricks for things that I do when I'm entertaining during the holidays that make things go a little smoother and a little easier and a little faster. Enjoy the video and happy holidays. So one of the things that makes my life a lot easier during the holidays is making ahead some appetizers and freezing them up. One of my favorites is crab meat puffs. I make them ahead, I put them into a freezer bag, stick them in the freezer, half a dozen in each bag, and then I can stick them on a cookie sheet, cut them into quarters, and in 20 minutes I have a really nice appetizer. Let me show you how I do it. Start with just a 6-pack of Thomas's English muffins, and I just cut them in half, and then I'm gonna put them on my half-sheet pan. In my bowl, my topping, my crab topping, is 1 stick of butter, 1 container. This is called Kraft Old English cheese spread. So I'm gonna take this out of here and add that to my stick of butter. Then I'm gonna use 1 can of crab meat. This is the Bumblebee lump crab meat. This is so much cheaper than buying fresh crab meat right now. And go ahead and put that right into your bowl. Okay, last 2 ingredients, a tablespoon of mayonnaise and a teaspoon of garlic powder. For now, what I need to do is I need to smash all of this up into like a paste. And now I can assemble these. So I'm just going to take my English muffin half, take about a tablespoon and a half of the topping, and you want to cover the whole top of the English muffin. Just pop these in your freezer for about 20 minutes, uncovered, just like this, and I just store them in layers in my freezer and pull out a bag whenever I need one. These baked off crab meat puffs started out as these frozen ones that I had in the freezer that I made a week or so ago. So these will cook at 350 for about 20 minutes. And then I'll take them and put them on a small cutting board, cut them in quarters, and then put them onto a platter or a board. And once I've cut them up and put them on the board, I'm gonna sprinkle them with some paprika, and they are absolutely delicious. Enjoy, you'll love this recipe. This is a recipe, I call it my retro chicken casserole recipe. It reminds me of something my mother would have made. It's one of these one dish, one pot casseroles that's just loaded with flavor and is probably made up of things that you already have sitting around in your refrigerator. So we're gonna start with 4 cups of cooked chicken. These are just chicken breasts that I stuck in the oven. I am going to add 2 cups of cooked rice. You know, again, this might be left over from the Chinese takeout that you got. 2 cups of chopped mushrooms, sliced mushrooms, 2 cups of chopped celery. And I'm gonna give this kind of a quick stir. So to this, I am going to add a can of sliced water chestnuts. Okay, let me stir those up. A teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of freshly squeezed lemon juice, and now the wet ingredients. Mayonnaise. It's 1.5 cups of mayonnaise, 2 cans of cream of chicken soup. So you can see that has taken me almost no time to prepare. Okay, now I just want to make sure that this is all blended well. You want all those goodies that are down in the bottom to have sauce. So I'm just going to put this into a lasagna pan. You can use a large Pyrex dish if you would rather. I'm going to spread this into my dish, and then I'm going to make my topping. I'm going to melt a stick of butter. So once my butter's melted, I'm gonna add to that 2 cups of cornflakes and 1.5 cups of slivered almonds. So I'm just going to add this to the top of my casserole. Just spread that evenly over the top. We'll stick it into our oven for half an hour. So we still have 10 minutes before the casserole comes out of the oven. That's just enough time for me to make this beautiful holiday looking salad. So I'm just gonna start with a package of arugula. I like the bitterness of the arugula, and it's also kind of delicate. And then to that, I'm gonna add some pomegranate and some fresh blueberries. And the key to a really good vinaigrette is to have really good ingredients. And so I want to give a shout out to this olive oil. This is my neighbor Dimitri's olive oil from his family's olive groves. They've been pressing this olive oil for over 400 years. And you can get this at the Greek superfood store that is off of Aylesbury, or you can find Dimitri at most of the farmers markets. But once they close, go to the Greek superfood store. I mean, there's just nothing like this olive oil. It's amazing. So I'm gonna start with a half a cup of olive oil. To that, I am going to add 3 tablespoons of, this is a Prosecco vinegar. Then I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard, tablespoon of maple syrup. I'm going to take 2 cloves of garlic and I'm going to crush them. A little bit of salt, some freshly ground pepper, and then just take a whisk and you'll start to emulsify that and turn it into a dressing. And I'm just going to pour this over my salad. Don't need the whole thing. Just cover this up, put it in the fridge, and it'll last for a week. So look at that beautiful salad. And it tastes absolutely delicious. So my casserole is about ready to come out of the oven. I've got 2 more minutes, and I want to try to make my dessert for you in that 2 minutes. Be right back. So the last thing is a pretty little dessert that I'm going to put together from things I've bought at the store. Again, really good quality ingredients. So this is Haagen-Dazs vanilla ice cream. I've let that warm up just a little bit, so hopefully I can run my scoop through it. So I'm going to do 2 scoops each of ice cream. And then on top of that, I'm going to put a few fresh raspberries. That pretty red color is perfect for the holidays. And then I was at Trader Joe's earlier today. Sometimes you just go and see what's available in the market and what looks like fun. And they had these little candies. They look like snowballs, so they're fun. And then how cute are these? And I can tell you they are absolutely delicious. So this is, it looks like a little package. I don't think there's anybody that wouldn't be happy to be served that dessert. And look how easy that is. Look how pretty that looks. So here you go, look at this dinner. We put this wonderful dinner together, but we have this wonderful kind of all-in-one casserole, this beautiful salad. We've been nibbling on our crab meat puffs, and we've made a batch to freeze for later. And as soon as we're finished with dinner, we have those beautiful desserts. You know, I didn't take any time, hardly took any cooking, and we have this beautiful meal for our friends. Have a wonderful holiday, and share with me some of your tips and tricks for easy holiday entertaining.